I'm Chuck Long, and on this edition of the Entertainment Outlook, Music City's premier choral group, Nashville In Harmony, is getting ready to rock you with their upcoming production of Rock and Rule, a musical journey from Stonewall to SCOTUS. Here with all the details, music director Don Schlosser. Great to have you here as always.
Always good to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
You guys have such amazing shows. I've been fortunate enough to participate in your Christmas show back at the Ryman. That was just one of the most incredible things I was able to experience. You guys are just incredible. We just want to show a little bit of that so that we can show Nashville In Harmony in action, because you and I are going to work together again.
Exactly, and we're looking forward to that. Can't wait.
All right, well, let's take a look. This is from the Christmas show at the Ryman. This is Nashville In Harmony in action.
Oh, a tender Tennessee Christmas, that is the only Christmas for me. Now, in all probability, Bugler's Holiday is the most famous trumpet trio ever written. However, I just received word that this snowstorm has stranded our intended in-studio trumpet players at the Waffle House in Waverly. But just like the year Santa got resourceful and asked Rudolph to guide his sleigh, Nashville In Harmony has a trick or two up its sleeve. Take a listen.
I tell you, that is just music at its best. It truly is.
Oh, that was a fun one to do, too. That was so fun. That whole show was fun.
Oh, it was. It was an incredible show.
Yeah.
Just loved every second of it. That's the thing, though, with Nashville In Harmony, do you find it's a challenge when you put on a big show like that, huge crowds and that sort of thing, to do the next one? How you're gonna?
It always is. Every time we do a holiday show, especially, and people come up and they say, "That was the best show yet." My first thought is, "And what are we going to do next year?"
I can only imagine the pressure.
How do you do Christmas again each year?
Exactly. Well, let's talk about what you're doing coming up in June.
I know, we're
rock
so excited about
Tell
that.
us about that.
We have never done like a whole genre show of rock and roll music, and we just thought we would do that rock and pop music that our audience is going to love and love to sing along with. And then we hit upon this idea to use that music to kind of show the story and the timeline of LGBT equality, starting at the Stonewall riots or even before that, and then moving to what we hope will be a celebratory event as we celebrate marriage equality across the states.
Oh, completely. Knock on wood.
I know.
We are crossing our fingers.
Just singing the music singing the music that was the soundtrack of our lives growing up.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's so important because, there's that song called "The Song Remembers When," and to me, that's what music does. It puts you in those places, in those times.
Exactly.
I think it's just a brilliant time frame and framework to work with.
You can always say, "Oh, I remember I was in high school, or I was in college when that came out, or I went to a show when I saw that show."
Yeah. And there's so many great songs that have such relevance that you put into this show.
It's amazing. We're doing Bon Jovi, and we're doing Gloria Gaynor, and we're doing Eric Clapton and Destiny's Child, as
Kelly
well
Clarkson.
and Sarah Bareilles even, and some more contemporary things. Yeah.
Let's just talk about some of the songs that you are using, because again, incredible music, great rock music, great pop music, but like I said, these have a great message too. True Colors, Don't Stop, I Will Survive, Survivor, Put a Little Love in Your Heart, Living on a Prayer, Brave, We Belong, Somebody to Love. I mean, so many great ones in here. Was it hard to narrow down to what you...
That was the hard part. To narrow down, to find those hits, to find those real gems. But when we sit around a table with a bunch of creative people and the ideas started coming and we started looking at different opportunities, and then we nailed it down and said, "Oh yeah, we got to have this, we got to have this."
Right.
There's some great tunes.
There really are. And the way that you're going to kind of, like you said, bring in some of the social relevance is just through the decades, some of those benchmarks that we were talking about, everything from pre-Stonewall through some of the events that have been very shape-forming for the LGBT community.
Right, and we realize too, when you and I say Stonewall, we know what that means. We know how significant that is. But in our demographic, not many people know. And so when we put that on the poster, some people are saying, well, nobody knows what Stonewall is, or they might not know. And we said, exactly.
Right.
let them Google it. Let us find out, because that's significant to us, and let us start there and tell the story of how we got to where we are today.
And what are some of the benchmarks that you'll probably be highlighting throughout the show?
You know, so many of them are tragic events. Matthew Shepard, the AIDS crisis, the Harvey Milk assassination. So we're going to touch on those things, but we want to focus on the positive of the change and the progress and because of these things, here's the next step forward that we took socially and politically to be able to enjoy equality.
Right. And we're going to be doing this at TPAC, which is exciting, in the Polk Theater.
Back at Polk Theater. We love the people at Polk, and we sound great in that room. And
it really is. Now, what is the challenge of having a choral group perform rock music? I mean, or are there challenges?
There are challenges. There are challenges.
That's a leading question.
Yeah, it was. We're singers, people who sang in high school, people who sang in college. We don't have any pros in the group, and so it's constantly trying to move them to style the songs and to not sound like a typical community chorus. So we work on that, and they pride themselves on that, and I push them. And
you have an amazing thing, and I just have to say, watching you guys when we were working on the show at the Ryman, I was amazed how much you are able to direct everybody in such a positive way, but you know exactly what you want and what you're trying to get from them, and it was really just interesting to watch that, and my hat was off to you for doing that.
I try.
You do a great job with that.
And I'm very grateful for they are so they're so gracious to follow me and to do what I ask.
Yeah. Well, here is the full screen so that you can get the information that you need to attend Rock and Rule. Do not miss this one. A musical journey from Stonewall to SCOTUS, June 14th, 7 p.m. at TPAC's Polk Theater. To get your tickets, and these do sell out, NashvilleInHarmony.org. Make sure you get these. You don't want to miss it. This is going to be so much fun, and I get to play the MC throughout the night.
Yes,
so
looking forward to it.
And all my 60s disco,
I know,
80s,
I can't wait.
all of that. Great scene as always, Don.
Good to have you with us.
Looking forward. Okay, thanks a lot. That's all the time we have for this edition of Out and About today. We'll see you guys next time. Good night.